play a young girl named Hazel Grace Lancaster, who is 17, but sort of timeless in age because she recognizes that who she is, and she doesn't feel like she has to prove anything to the world. She sort of appreciates every moment for what it's worth, and then she falls in love with this strapping young man.
I play Augustus Waters. I'm 18 in the movie. I had a touch osteosarcoma, which is cancer, and he lost his leg as a result. However, now he is fine, and he does no longer have cancer in the beginning of the story. And basically, my story is told through her, and we have a beautiful friendship.
We did meet a lot of people who have cancer when we were doing this, or people who had it before. He met somebody who had a real prosthetic leg who didn't have cancer, but it was important to both of us to make sure that we got the physical nature of what Hazel and Gus embodied down, because we wanted to pay homage to people who actually deal with what both of us dealt with, or both of our characters were dealing with. But I think emotionally, at least for me, it was more meeting people to recognize the physical aspects of what they were going through versus the emotional aspects.
Yeah. Also, I think that John spent a lot of time, and he based the book off of a girl named Esther. He spent a lot of time with young people suffering from cancer. And I think that he captured the tone of young people with the disease so well. And after reading the book, and the way he described Hazel and Augustus, and then we ended up doing the support group with all these kids who were either had cancer or have it now, and it was the same tone as the kids who John were describing. So that was just super correct, and I think that's great, because it would be weird if we were playing these characters that John describes a certain way. The kids, these kids act in a certain overconfident sometimes way, and they're not their disease, and if that wasn't the case, but it is, and that was very comforting to know that after we met with those kids. My fatal flaw. I might think of myself too often, I think one wonderful thing about Augustus is not his hamartia, is that he does live for Hazel, and he's totally okay with that, and he basically gives his life for her. I hope that I could live for someone else, but I definitely think of myself a lot. I'm an artist, and I want to be the best actor I can be, the best musician I can be. I want to do.
I don't think that's bad.
I know it's not a bad thing, but I think that it could be good to be able to give yourself to someone else. I think that's a beautiful thing. I don't know if I'd be able to do that.
One of my hamartias that I'm willing to share is that I love cashews. I think that's a pretty fatal flaw, because I could kill myself eating so many cashews.